you guys. How's everybody doing? Boy, I'm just on a roll, huh? Making one video after another. All right, so software for my webcam updated itself recently, so I don't know. I think I have autofocus turned off. The white balance is on, so I'm hoping that, I don't know. I need new lights. I had aught lights that were pretty good, but you know, the bulbs in those just start to sort of wear down, like they get dimmer and dimmer as time goes by. And to replace the bulbs in those lights they're expensive, those bulbs. Anyways, so sorry if the lighting lately has been kind of crappy. I'll see if I can find a better solution. But anyway, I think you guys can see what I'm doing. Anywho, so last night I just went nuts. So I have all of this ephemera that I've gotten recently. I did a haul video from Forever French, and showed you guys a whole bunch of ephemera and stuff that I got from her. And it's really weird. Like sometimes I feel like I'm crippled in actually using that stuff because I feel like I should be scanning it. And so I just said, you know what? I'm just going to use it. Like, I don't care. I scanned a little bit of everything, but I'm just using it. It's like I bought it to use it, right? So I just went crazy and I just started pulling pages out of those little notebooks and stuff and just did a whole bunch of collage. So I wanted to kind of keep these sort of, just like a neutral tone, because I may want to use some of this actual, collage as pages in journals, or, cut it up for tags or whatever. So they're kind of all, a real sort of muted yet vintage feeling, right? There's some blues and purples and things like that. I did pull out, I have a couple of French dictionaries that I use pages from. They're real small, two real small ones, and then one larger one that's illustrated, and some documents, and so everything that I used in these is from my French ephemera collection. Okay, so from ledgers and documents and things like that, pages out of books, etc. So I think I did about 20 of these. And this is collaged on, this is children's drawing paper. So I got it, I think, at a thrift store or something. So it's sort of like construction paper, but a little bit better than construction paper. And I like that it was just kind of a pretty sort of beige color, So this is what I've been collaging on. But I wanted to do these are slightly thin, I think, for tags. Maybe not, but I'll probably add some more stuff to this as time goes by. But so I did those last night. But I had some other stuff that I wanted to also do some collaging on and repurpose. Like these are like one of my favorite things to use. And then also some file folders. So because these are just a little heavier than cardstock, and they're just a perfect weight to use for tags. So I'm going to take this guy apart, and then we'll do some collage on some of this and also on some of the file folders. So this is kind of how I do that. I just cut the front off, and then this part just pulls away. Okay, so then I can use that. And then you just go down through each one and sort of gently pull them off. Usually the glue isn't fabulous on these, so they come off pretty easily. Okay, so then I'll just continue on and, you know, take the rest of it apart. These covers, I'm just collecting them. I'm not sure. I might use them to make some book covers sometime, but I haven't done it yet. So that, and then, man, I have got to start wearing that brace on my arm for the tennis elbow situation. It comes from picking up books and stressing out this this muscle right here in my arm. So it just hurts. Whoops. So yeah, so I just kind of square this off, sort of, you know, cut off that yucky edge. I had somebody ask me one time how old this paper trimmer is, and I was like, I don't know. This is like the third or fourth one of these that I've gone through in the last couple years. So, but they're nice. I just need to get the blade sharpened on the other ones. And then a good friend of mine actually sent me a bigger one of these, a guillotine trimmer, as a Christmas present. And it was super, super sweet that she did that, because it's nice for cut. It's I think it's 18 inches that it'll cut. And so that's nice when you buy like art papers and stuff that you want to cut down. So with these, usually I just, you know, collage on them, you know, open it up and do that. But I think, whoops, I think I'm gonna actually cut them in half. See, if I had that other paper trimmer up here, this would fit in it, but I don't have it up here right now. Okay, so what else did I want to talk to you guys about? So as far as the organization challenge, I have my desk. Okay, I have my desk pretty well reorganized the way I like it. I haven't done the drawers that are underneath, so, you know, that's why I haven't done a video yet. I need some other kind of drawer thing for underneath my desk, like for all my glue and all that. And I'll find something. I just need to start going to the thrift stores. Yeah, and I found this really cool thing to store my little clear plastic containers in. So I'll show that to you guys when I do the video. Oh, okay. So I want to do this collage. And then I also wanted to do some envelopes, because look, I've got a ton of avocado and tea dyed envelopes that I want to do some collage on. I'll just work on, let's just do like a couple of these. These are avocado dyed, and then these are tea dyed. This is why I have a lot of rubber bands, you guys, because I use them for everything. But I'll do some larger ones later too. I'm thinking maybe I will do some like stuffed pockets, you know, or stuffed envelopes, and maybe put some like tag packs in my shop or something. But I kind of want to keep them relatively naked, you know what I mean? Like without too much embellishment, so that you can, you know, do that yourself. So this is one of the French dictionaries, and I like it because I like the color of the paper, and then it has all those really cool like illustrations and stuff. So I like to use that. This is the other one of the other little French dictionaries. I have my little tiny Lilliput one too, but I couldn't find it. It's in my box of mini dictionaries, and I didn't feel like going through it. And then this is the other French dictionary. So I've been pulling pages out of both of those. I mean, they're both the same size, so, you know, what's the point? I guess I only really need one, right? Anywho, and then there's some other books that I'm pulling pages out of. So this is published by the War Department, 1944, I think. And it's just a French course, English or French, you know, language course. I like that the pages are formatted in landscape, though. And then this is also a French, like, textbook. So, and I love all of these, like, pronunciations and, you know, annotations and stuff. So that's those. And then I've just got all these little notebooks that I've purchased, and I want to use the pages, you know. So that's what I'm doing. And I love this one because it's blue. And look, it's got all this cool, it's got tons of writing in it. And a lot of the writing is in blue also. So I just think that one's really neat. This is an old, like, ledger book. And all this stuff these are all French. This one's really cool. The texture of this paper is awesome. So neat. This one just has, like, a bunch of math and stuff in it, but oh, look at that page. So, like, that's a page that I did scan. There's, you know, I scanned some stuff, but I just want to use it. Like, I don't want to, I'm not a digital provider. Like, I'm not a digital image seller. That's not my thing. So, you know, my thing is just making stuff. So this is a whole bunch of other stuff that I have. These are all documents and letters from a previous purchase from Forever French. And so yeah, so all this stuff is so yummy. Like, and I have scanned a lot of this stuff too. So it's there in a folder somewhere on my computer. But yeah, so there's all kinds of cool stuff in here. And it's all nice and grungy. And then I've got the French ledger that I love. It's super nice and grungy. Oh, let me see what else. There's one from a bakery that I also bought. Yeah, these are pages from the there's a French bakery, and some of this stuff is really cool. A lot of blank pages in that one. What else? So then there's a couple of, yeah, just all these letters are so neat. So then there was that one ledger book that I got that was all the copies. So it's all printed on onion skin. And this is what kind of got me started the other day, was this onion skin paper, because it's just so, it's neat. Like, when you glue it down over something, it's transparent. Like, you can see what's under there. And it becomes a little bit more transparent once it's glued down. But it's really hard to get it super smooth, so it winds up with, like, a little bit of a texture. So this, you can see there's writing on it too. And all of that nice discoloration and foxing and stuff. So then, yeah, just my pile of letters and things like that. So that's what I'm working with. And I just said, you know what, I'm just going to use this stuff. And I know that there's going to be people, like, freaking out because, you know, they think I should just be saving it forever or whatever, but I'm not gonna. So look at this paper. Isn't that amazing? I just thought it would be really neat to also just glue some of this stuff onto some of that file folder, leave it as is, and, you know, don't collage over it or anything, and just cut it into tag shapes because it's so pretty just as it is. You know what I mean? So I probably will do that with some of these in the, like, tag packs, you know. Look at the aging on that. So cool. Anyways, and then I have this other ledger that I got from Louise. and it doesn't have a ton of writing in it. A lot of these documents and stuff that I have over here in this pile came out of this book. Whoever owned it, they had just been tucking things into it. So it has a bunch of blank paper inside, which is really nice. And it's nice, heavy paper. It's got a very faint lines on it. And you can't really see it on the camera, but I don't know if you can see it or not. But there's just like ever so faint little bit of line in this paper. So anyway, so definitely some of this will get used in journals and stuff. So yeah, so I just kind of wanted to show you guys what I was using and kind of what I like to do when I'm collaging. I wish I had a bigger desk. I wish my desk was like 3 times bigger. So I'm just going to pull out. So last night I had this stuff just spread out everywhere. There are a few things that I thought I'd like to save to do, like I was saying with that one where I just want to glue it onto paper and then cut it up into tags. So what I'm looking for is a variety of different colors, tones of the paper, and also different different types of writing, like different handwriting. Like I like this one because it has a little bit of red in it. And, you know, maybe even some printed, like typed text, like this one. Isn't that awesome? See, this one I think would be really cool to use just on tags, you know, by itself. That one's neat. So, yeah, and I'm also trying to consider that at some point I want to be able to collage over this too. So I don't want it to be like overpowering, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's just pull out one other little thing. So that's pretty cool. This is actually a marriage license, one of these things. Yeah, see, this is a marriage license. 1885. I know. Some people are just going to be like, what? You're tearing that up? Are you crazy? Yeah, a little. Okay. I could just pull stuff out all day. That's enough to get started. And then I do want at least, you know, a couple of pages from the ledger. Okay. And definitely some of this onion skin from that copy book. It's really cool. If you didn't see it, it's a it was a olive oil producer in France, and it was like all of their records. So yeah, it's pretty neat. So I'm just gonna tear a couple pages out of here. Oh look, Louise. Huh. Oh wait. Oh, this is a conversation. Okay. It's a conversation in French. Okay, so those. Let's pull a couple pages from this book. Those just came right off the top. And I've already got a couple of these pages out. What was this? Oh, this was from a different French like language book. So those are nice, different colors of paper, different textures. And then I'll pull a couple of these little dictionary pages out. And let's look in here real quick. So let's see if we can use this. Okay, I think I actually scanned almost this whole book. So I think that's enough of that one. This one is full of songs. These are all songs that someone wrote out. So that one's really pretty. And then let's grab a couple pages from this book. Yeah. Okay. I know, it's nuts. And then from the blue book. Let's call it the blue book. Okay, so that should be sufficient. Oh wait, I love this one. I love the paper in this one. Okay, and you know what? The stuff that prints out, like after, you know, when you've scanned things and when you print it out, unless you're like a digital, you know, artist or whatever, it's really hard to get like a replica of what this stuff actually looks like. It doesn't, I don't know. It's like the color is always off a little bit, and you know, I don't know. So I would much rather just use my original stuff. So yeah. Anyway, and it's not like I don't have enough of it, right? All right, so I'm gonna just work on one of these guys. So I know that I want to put this over the top. Like I don't necessarily want to put this on the bottom layer. Just because I like that it's, you know, transparent and you can see what's underneath it. So I don't really want to cover it all the way up. So I'm just going to use my good old Elmer's all-purpose glue. And I never have trouble with this lifting or anything. And I'm stitching around the things and stuff anyway, so I don't know, but I think it's good. I think it's good glue. Oh, I need baby wipe. Yeah, I think I actually collaged like 20 pages last night. Hang on. Hold the phone. Okay, I've been really wanting to use this. Really bad. Okay, that one's going to go there, up in the corner. Yeah, I go through lots and lots of glue sticks when I'm doing this. Lots of them. Whoops. Lots of glue sticks, lots of baby wipes. Okay. Let's see. Use some of this dictionary. Actually, I'm going to put it over here, like in the center. So I'm going to do a book sale, live book sale / auction on the 29th of February, in case anybody's looking for cool old books. It's got some amazing, like, antique books that I'm going to auction. Okay, that one's dead. Got these. Well, I'll post some pictures in my Facebook group of some of the books that I'm going to offer for sale. And, oh, whoops. Yeah, it peeled off. See that? That's okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I'll put some pictures in my group of that. Some of that stuff. just to give you an idea. Like, I'm not gonna, there may be pictures of some stuff that I don't wind up selling, but for the most part, I'll try to take pictures of the stuff that I plan to sell. So yeah, so isn't this fun? It's so fun. Okay, and then this little guy can go right there. See, like, I covered up a lot of that, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's still there. I say that all the time. It doesn't matter. It's still there underneath. Okay. There. So it looks pretty cool. It's all pretty, you know, like, there's a lot of different textures and different colors, different stages of agedness, right? And then I just want to add a little bit of this, like, over the top of some of it. So I just sort of get an idea of where that's going to cover, and then just apply the glue in that whole area. Start at the center and sort of work my way out just to smooth it out as best as I can. And then maybe just a little, like, thinner piece right over here. Okay, so that one I'm pretty happy with. Okay, let's do another one. Should we start with? Let's start with the other half of that one. Let's start up in this corner. I don't know. It's just sometimes, like, I have all of this stuff, all this ephemera that I've been hanging on to, thinking I'm gonna, you know, put it into digis and stuff. And then, like, last night I just kind of went, you know what? Like, that's not my thing. I mean, I do have some digital stuff in my shop, but someone had commented on one of my recent videos, and it might have been on the journals that I have listed, but saying something about, you know, that she appreciated that I like to use, you know, original ephemera and stuff. And that's true. I really do. Like, I prefer that. I don't think there's anything wrong with using digital stuff. I use digital stuff, especially like images, like pictures of like flowers and stuff like that, you know, because some of them are so pretty. It's like, I just can't resist them. But yeah, I would much rather use the actual stuff. You know what I mean? I love this blue. It's so cool. I want to put that, like, kind of right there, but let's get some other stuff under it first. Let's use a piece of this blue little notebook. And I feel the same way about scrapbook paper. You know, I think scrapbook paper has its place, like, and it's gorgeous. Like, some people have amazing scrapbook paper collections, and they use it in very creative ways. And I like scrapbook paper too. I don't have anything against scrapbook paper. I just, you know, I don't want to spend my money on scrapbook paper. I would rather spend my money on, like, French ephemera. You know what I mean? Although and you guys know that I did break down and bought myself some Stamperia scrapbook paper because it's so pretty. Like, it's irresistible, you know? So, but anyways, I just would rather kind of like make my own scrapbook paper, you know? Anyway, and it doesn't, you know, you don't have to use expensive, like super, super crazy, expensive ephemera. Like, you know, you can just, you can use receipts from the grocery store and get really cool textures and different patterns. You can, you know, just with coffee dyeing and all of that, you can get a really similar kind of look. But like I said, I bought this stuff and I'm like, okay, I want to use it. So yeah, and I just think that it has a different feeling. That's all. I just think it has a different feeling. All right, I'm going to put this little dictionary page right there. And when I decided that, and I just kind of like gave myself permission to like tear it all up, I felt so much better. Like, I felt like all my anxiety went away. Like, okay, I don't have to worry about scanning everything, you know? So I'm going to find some of this that has some writing. I like that number on there. Okay, I'm going to cover that right there. And when I, you know, when I add this paper on top, I love how it just kind of tones down the whole thing. Just tones it all down, but you can still see all of these little details peeking through, you know, especially since I don't know the size of like my tags. Ultimately, I don't know what size they're going to be, but if I wind up with like some very small little tags, then, or labels, or, you know, tickets and stuff like that, then it's really neat if you have all of these layers of different, you know, types of writing and stuff that, you know, the smaller it is, it's like the more into the tiny details you can be, you know. Something that's large like that, you want to have larger elements that where, you know, somebody's not going to be looking at it real closely to see the little details, although they do still, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. Okay, so there's another one. Let's do one on here. And I'm going to turn it over. I will probably wind up cutting that off, but sometimes I leave that part if it's going to be a tag, because that's a good place to put a hole. So a lot of times I'll leave that on when I'm doing this. Let's use some of this ledger. What size do we want? Or side do we want? So I'm just going to do one that way and one that way. And then we'll just kind of fill it in. I do that a lot because I don't want to have this half page of ledger paper just kind of floating around. So I try to use it all if I can. Because chances are these two pieces are not going to wind up even in the same journal. You know what I mean? They're going to wind up in different places. So I don't care if I'm using like the same pattern, you know, because that's what I think about the handwriting. It's like it's a design, it's a pattern. I need another baby wipe. So we'll do this, and then let's do a couple of envelopes too. How long has this been? 34 minutes. Not bad. Not too bad. I haven't done a video like this for you guys or with you guys for a long time, so I just thought this would be fun, you know? And I really want to get some work done, and yeah. So thanks for watching, you guys. And thank you to all my new subscribers. I appreciate you so much. And it's so funny when people, new subscribers, you know, comment and stuff, and they'll say, You know, like they're going back on like older videos, and I forget about some of that stuff, you know, like the clusters and just different things that I've done, different weird things, especially on live streams. I've deleted a lot of my live stream videos though, just because I wanted to. Let's see. Here's a little piece of this guy. I'm going to put something else in this corner first, though. Let's put this down here. This is like literally my favorite thing to do, I think. Just gluing paper, cutting paper, gluing paper. It's just so relaxing. And I can listen to my Audible and stuff like that. Don't have to look at it. I am just like loving Audible lately. Let's see. Okay, I want another piece of the... Ooh, maybe this. I love this paper. It's so cool. Let's put this one right there. And I've stopped worrying about having torn edges on the inside of my collages. I have given myself permission to have straight edges on the inside of my collage, and I'm happy with it. I really am. Here's just a little scrap from that one document. Let's just stick it over here somewhere. Let's put it up. No, I don't want to cover up that number. So let's just stick it right here on the edge. Okay. And then I want to add some of this over the top. Put it right there. Whoops. Takes a while sometimes for these things to dry because I use so much glue, and plus the moisture from using the baby wipes and stuff. But like all the ones that I did last night, some of them weren't even dry this morning when I came in. Of course, I had them stacked on top of each other, but okay. So I'm happy with that. No, hang on. I just want to add a little bit of this right up here. And I actually think it's cool to like intentionally crinkle this up and then, you know, glue it down. That looks really cool too. This I want to be more smooth though. So that's a cool piece of paper that we can use later. All right, let's do a couple of these envelopes. So these are avocado dyed, and when I do this, I leave them to sit in the dye bath for sometimes like a long time, like it even sometimes a couple days. So usually all of the glue that's on the envelopes just dissolves into the water. So if you ever, you know, are trying to coffee or avocado dye or tea dye envelopes and you get upset because they stick together when you're drying them, if you just soak them for quite a while, that really does help. It makes a big difference. And if they stick just a teeny bit, usually they'll just pop apart. So Anyway, so I do want to keep this kind of with, well, actually, I don't really care. I'm just gonna, I was gonna say I wanted to try to keep it like with like direction, you know, like up and down, but I don't really care. And I don't have any idea how I'm even going to use this envelope. I'm just putting some stuff on it, making it into my own pattern paper, right? Basically. Let's put this one like that. So this one I'm going to apply the glue on here. No curling. Okay, that glue stick is dying. Yes, I go through a lot of glue sticks. Sometimes when I'm doing this, I mean, I can go through a box of them, like a case of them, easily. And I used to save them, so I could dig out the part inside there. And sometimes I still do, but the problem is that I have a gigantic box of them right now, and I just can't store anymore. I haven't been gluing book pages together like I used to so much. And that's usually what I use those for, those ends, is for like if I'm gluing together book pages to, to make tabs or tags and stuff. So yeah, since I haven't really been doing that much, I'm going to turn this over. Where do I want this? I know I want to use this. How about right there? Anyway, so I haven't been doing that very much lately. And so, yeah, they were sort of just piling up. What I should do is just sit down one day and just dig them all out and put it into a jar, and then just use like a tongue depressor to dig it out later on. So on this envelope, you'll notice that I'm kind of using like smaller pieces, right? Because the scale of the overall piece is smaller. So that's probably what's going on in my head, It's just like a smaller overall project. So I'm going to tear part of this off, put it there, and part of it here. Yeah. So yeah, so this is basically how I would do an envelope, and just open it all the way up. And then, there's all kinds of stuff you can do with envelopes, right? And I think I'm going to put some of that onion skin paper over some of this too. Yeah. Make sure we're not stuck to the table. I like this part with the writing, but I think I have enough writing on here, so I'm going to use the part that doesn't have that much writing. I'm just going to put it like right there-ish. So if you're looking for something that would be similar to that, obviously the like napkins, the inner part of the napkins, like if you pull off the 2 layers of white, it would do the same thing as this. And I know I've seen people actually print on that before, where you just tape it down around the edges and you can send it through your printer. So, but yeah, so I will probably like add a little bit of masking tape or some washi tape or, you know, things like that onto this. And, you know, maybe add a closure or something and make it like a little folder or make it back into an envelope. I don't know. But yeah, for now, I'm just going to leave it like that and let it dry. What else was I going to do? Oh, so kind of move this stuff over. Hold on. Where's those ones that I did? Last night. Okay. So like this is one that I did last night. It's all dry and stuff. So I thought I would add, I just happen to have a piece of masking tape. So I'm going to add a little bit of that on here. And this is cool because you can see through it too. I feel like I've gotten way off subject, that I was going to talk about something and then I forgot. I've been doing that a lot lately. You know who got me started with masking tape was Marimi Small Art, Marta. She just like got me addicted to masking tape. Okay. All right, so that looks pretty cool. And then maybe some like flowery masking tape or something. Or I could use this little, it's got like tickets and stuff on it and some birds. Maybe some birds. So that's kind of what I would do. Like if I just want to make a lot of this type of thing, like bases for tags or journal pages or whatever, I'll just sit there and collage like for a few hours, you know? And then once I've done enough of that and I'm tired of doing that, then I'll put all that stuff away and then come back in and add my tape, you know, because then I can pull out all my tape and I can have tape all over the place and sort of, you know, you get to see things differently again. Like it's like new again. Because when you start doing this and you're just kind of going to town, like just crazy collaging and stuff, you don't remember every single page that you did. You don't. Like, so when you come back to stuff, like it's like, wow, that's really cool. Like you're seeing it for the first time, you know? Okay. I needed a more moist baby wipe. Okay. So what I thought would be kind of cool too, is to spray this with like a clear coat and just to see what that'll do to the paper. Like, I think it will increase the transparency of some of these different papers. So the layers will sort of show through. And, yeah. So I might do that. I don't know. I think what I'll do is I will end this video and then, I'll finish doing whatever I'm going to do with tape and stuff on the rest of them. So, you know, I just add little strips here and there. You know, I'm not trying to create, like this isn't going to be used as it is, like it's going to get cut apart. So I'm just trying to add little elements all throughout the whole page now. Anyway, so I'll do that. And then when I come back, we'll cut up some of these. I might spray some of them. I think I'm going to go spray some of them actually. And then after they're dry, I'll come back and I'll show you what I used and what the result was. And then we can cut these apart and maybe make some tags. So yeah, so let's do that. That sounds like a plan, right? And yeah, so you guys can, you know, get to this point if you want to work along with me. Anyway, all right, guys, if you have any questions or if you remember what it was that I was talking about and you want me to finish saying what I was going to say, leave it in the comments or something, will you? All right. Love you guys. Bye for now.